Oh my goodness. What's up? You're going to have to forgive me. I'm going to dance here for a little bit. I'm dancing right now. Oh yeah. I got my Friday dance on. I'm giving my age away completely with this music, folks. This was good times. I remember this. All right. Happy Friday to you, like I said. Thanks for joining me in the wee hours on the graveyard shift, where the coffee is always strong, it's always good, it's always on, and if we run out, then we'll just put more on. Oh my goodness, we finally made it, and how about this weather? We're going to have like some gorgeous weekend. Oh my gosh, I think I had the weekend off too. I might just turn my phone off and not answer it, that's all I'm saying. But anyways, let's get right to it and get this Friday started so we can get to the weekend. The answer to the previous trivia question, this was just a great trivia question, great history here. This is the kind of stuff I live for, folks, when I do these trivia questions. The answer to the previous trivia questions was carrier pigeons being used by the U.S. Army as messengers. This is great stuff. So from 1917 to 1943, and then again from 1946 to 1957, the U.S. Army used homing pigeons as carriers to transport top secret military messages behind enemy lines and then back again. Right? So pigeons in particular were utilized for this dangerous tasks due to their natural homing ability, their speed, and their obvious capability to obtain pretty natural and high altitude. Pretty amazing stuff, folks. When they would deliver their messages and they landed, wires in the coop would sound a bell or buzzer, and a soldier of the signal corps would know a message had arrived, and they would take them out of these little capsules that were attached to the legs. I've included a picture there on the insert. It's just, to come up with something like this is fascinating, right? The soldier would go to the coop, remove the message from the canister, and send it to its destination by telegraph, field phone, or personal messages. These messages would soon be kind of drafted, if you will, on microfiche, so you could just have multiple top secret messages in these in when the birds would bring them to you. Now, a carrier pigeon's job was dangerous. Enemy soldiers were quickly caught on to the idea. They knew that the birds were carrying important messages and often tried to shoot them down. Some of these pigeons became quite famous among the infantrymen for whom they worked. So then they had all kinds of nicknames. Some of them were named after President Wilson. My research included G.I. Joe, etc. You get the point, right? So on a global level, check this out. And before radio, and before what the focus of this trivia question was, carrier pigeons were frequently used on the battlefield as a means for a mobile force to communicate with stationary headquarters, right? It makes sense. This goes as far back as the 6th century BC, folks. Pretty long-standing history. And that, of course, was when the capability and accuracy of using pigeons as carriers were realized to transmit messages to various parts of empires and respective cities. So the idea of using pigeons and their natural ability, their natural homing ability, to go from one place to another goes way back. So the use of pigeons continued into the 19th century. Again, like I referenced before, when microfilm images containing hundreds of messages allowed letters to be carried into places like Paris, for instance, which surfaced in my research, from as far away as London. That's pretty cool, folks. That's pretty significant travel for a pigeon, carrying top secret messages for the military. It's estimated that more than 1 million different messages traveled this way during this period, and this is what led to carrier pigeons being considered in the U.S. military leading up to World War II and World War I rather, and well into World War II and beyond. And that, of course, was the focus of our trivia, our awesome nightly trivia question. The U.S. Army discontinued using pigeons as messenger carriers in 1957, which was referenced in the initial trivia question. And this was when more obvious and sophisticated methods of communication were developed. Now, some say we should go back to pigeons. I'm interested in what you think about that. With everything we have today, maybe we should just go back to relying on pigeons. There's other countries that are certainly relying on balloons. You know what I'm saying? So, anywho, I digress. The U.S. Army pigeons were donated to zoos when they discontinued in 1957, and they were also sold to the public. Folks, this is fascinating history. You can look this up. The Carrier Pigeon Army Corps has its own unique history, and you can research carrier pigeons carrying messages during wartime on other, just multiple resources. It's fascinating history, and like I said before, folks, that's why I get into this trivia. It's good stuff, and it's good stuff for a Friday, man. That's what I'm talking about. All right, folks, let's grab another cup of coffee right here, right now, get ready to tackle Friday so we can get to a weekend. For March 24th, here is your brand new trivia question. Let's see how many people of the younger generation will get this. Some of the older generation might know this, but check this out. After continuous late-night coverage of what became known as the Iran hostage crisis, the 20-minute Monday through Thursday program became permanent on this day in 1980, and it was renamed this. Now, there's bonus if you can name the host. Here's Michael Jackson with a little clue. Go on now. See you guys later. That's what I'm talking about. Have a fabulous Friday, folks, and a wonderful weekend. I'm back again tonight, and we'll do it all over. How's that sound? Thanks for joining me. And peace out.